Hey everybody, I'm Tony, and you guys had all recently seen me out adventuring with Jen in our 2020 Jeep JL. And I want to explain a little bit that I've been off-roading in my entire life, and I totally understand the risks, but I'm also very familiar with recovery and chances, choices, everything that's associated with it. And I want to go over a few things and tell you how ultra prepared we were to be out there adventuring by ourselves. So first off, this is not a normal Jeep. This thing is completely built up with a long travel coilover suspension that I would refer to as a luxury overland suspension. This has Curry Dana 70 axles under it, so they're super heavy duty. They're also super high clearance. You can see the entire undercarriage of this Jeep is completely flat, so there's nothing to get hung up on. I've got high clearance fenders. The entire suspension, steering, everything is lifted up. This does have what's called a ram assist steering, so it's built to handle a 40 or a 42-inch tire. This does have the factory Jeep engine, transmission, and transfer case. So this started life as a Rubicon, so that's an upgraded, heavier duty driveline, and that drivetrain is very reliable. I purposely did not modify that, so I retained all of the reliability. On the front, we've got the name brand, super reliable Warn winch with a synthetic rope and a factor 55 closed loop system on here. I also carry 2 remotes for this winch to make sure that if something happens, for sure I can winch myself out. In addition to this, I also carry 2 snatch blocks. That would allow me to actually run the winch around. I can roll myself back over, I can tug myself backwards. Super handy when it comes to this stuff, and well versed in it because I used to off-road race, so I'm really familiar with how to self-recover. In addition to that, this Jeep has a full roll cage inside, and that is for all the extra protection if anything were to go wrong, and that roll cage is attached to the frame. In addition to that, I've got heavy-duty rocker guards. We've got a 30-gallon gas tank in the back. So we carry 10 extra gallons of fuel in the vehicle. In addition to whatever else we might carry, I've also got onboard air. Recently, we carried tire chains. I've got one of those pull pals that'll dig into the soil, the snow, whatever we have to help winch ourselves out. These tires are from Mickey Thompson, and this is their Baja Boss MT. These are a very heavy duty tire. They're also filled with extra silica that in cold weather actually gets more gummy. So those are very high traction tires and very reliable. I have raced with these off-road and actually purposely tried to flat them, and it's almost impossible. I do carry a plug kit and a sewing kit, so if I were to absolutely tear a tire, I could sew it back up, re-air it up, and get back on our way. In addition to that, we carry a Starlink, we carry a Garmin InReach, and that InReach allows us to send for help or notify my friends that are on standby that we've had trouble and I need you to come get us for whatever that is. I do carry extra power steering pumps, extra alternators, extra belts on the motor. So we are really, really well prepared. In addition to that, I've got 200 watts of solar on the roof, and that solar charges a separate battery that we can live off in this thing. This last trip, we actually slept inside the Jeep because we spent an extra night out in the elements than we were planning on. So we've really thought of all the different contingencies, including extra food, blankets, jackets. You know, we're prepared for whatever the weather is. including the ability to start a fire. In some cases, like in this last trip, we actually carried firewood. We were very, very prepared. So I want to assure everybody that we do know what we're doing. There's still always the outside chance that something could happen, but I also know when to quit, before I'm completely buried or slid off something or whatever the case may be. I know when to stop and actually recover myself, or just plain old back up before things really get ugly. So 20, 30 years of off-road experience, and yeah, I've definitely been around the block. I've got more off-road miles than most people will ever have in their lifetime, for sure.